Hello, viewers. As you are aware, my name is Peter Olubayo, and today I got my good brother and friend Yemi on the YouTube channel today. So, if you are new here, welcome to Visa Pathfinders. This is a channel where we talk about how you can migrate to big economies all over the world and giving you tips where you can do it yourself. Brief introduction to why we are having this interview. So, recently, if you've been following our channel, we talk about the fact that people should definitely at this time be looking beyond the care job, not because no employment is going on in that sector, but also so that people can be aware that there are so many jobs on the shortage occupation list in the UK that comes with visa sponsorship. So I chose my good friend to have a quick chat with us about how his journey into the UK was like as a farmer, okay? And if there are any specific advice he can give us to aid your migration plan to the UK. So nice to meet you. We would like you to introduce yourself if that's okay.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm very grateful for it. My name is Yemi Adeoye. I have a background in plant biology. I I was not trained in the university as an agronomist, but after graduating from the university as a plant biologist and looking for job, I started pushing my career towards becoming an agronomist. And by the grace of God, I've been in the agricultural sector since 2013, and I've worked as a technical person in Nigeria. I've worked as a sales and marketing person in Nigeria. I've worked on different developmental projects in the Niger Delta, in Niger State, and some project also in the north, in Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, like that. And here am I today. So I left the country and I relocated to the UK last year. Thank you.
All right. So looking back to your journey, how it started, how you came about the job in the UK in the first place, in terms of, there are so many people watching now who might be teachers, might be engineers. Now, they probably have been focusing on care job. So how did you do it? How did you apply for the job or any website you search and anything that would be of help on your journey to the UK?
Oh, thank you. Well, to start with, I would love to say that information is power. The first thing you need is information. And if you are sitting down there without going out to search for information, you will never know. So that's the first thing. And most people do think that they need one big certificate before they could get a lucrative job outside the country. Well, I will tell you that's not always true. It's good for you to have extra qualifications, international qualifications, or from an accredited body. But sometimes what you have is enough. All you need to do is just to get information and know where to apply. And when you apply, you will see that those in other parts of the world, they are not that better than you. In fact, sometimes you are better than them. So how I did mine was that I I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I applied for this job via LinkedIn, and I got invitation for an interview, and I proceeded. I did the interview, and then they came back to me to say, "We are ready to give you the offer. We are giving you the offer." And then the advice came, "Okay, don't leave the job you are doing presently. We'll tell you when you can resign and join us because, of course, you require a visa sponsorship." And they did. I was given a visa sponsorship and I got the job and I relocated. So I applied via LinkedIn.
Wow, that's great. So, one tip from there would be to have an active LinkedIn account. To be fair, LinkedIn opens you up to the world where a lot of people interested in your profession will keep disturbing you. I like to use that word. Sometimes they keep coming, sending messages to you about even the job you are not interested in. And that's great. So some people have that qualification, have that achievement they are not showcasing currently in LinkedIn in their professional life. And it might be worth it doing that. Thank you so much for even throwing more light into that. Now, so let's say if someone needs a job in your field now or in any field they're qualified in, what advice can you give them in terms of making sure that their application is successful?
Thank you for that question. I think this is where most people get to, and then they make a U-turn, saying, oh, it's a scam. Everything that is happening there is not true. The first thing is there are a lot of competitors. You are competing with almost everybody in the world. So the first thing is you have to be on top of your game. Make sure you are doing well in anything you are doing. It's not just about certificates. Sometimes it's about your competency in your area of study, in your career, in your field, because you might be in a particular sector and you are not very competent in that sector. That would also count as well, because when they ask 2 or 3 questions and they notice that you couldn't answer them, they will just be like, we are sorry, you are not the best fit for this job. That's if you are even able to get this to this stage of them asking you some questions. So the first advice I will give when it comes to applying to jobs outside your country, I don't know where people are watching us from. The first thing I would love to say is your competency matters a lot, because when I got this job, there was 3 questions that I was to answer during my application period. So after answering the 3 questions, that is what is going to determine if they are going to call you, schedule you for an interview or not.
Okay.
And the 3 questions are based on your competency. So if you are not competent enough, then from those 3 questions, they get to know. So it's not about your certificate. From those 3 questions, they get to know that this person is not competent. But it depends on the company you are applying to sometimes, because some companies might hack this way, some might hack the other way around and things like that.
Yeah.
But as a professional, you need to add to yourself. You must be adding to yourself every day. So you have to join the links of professional. You have to link up with professionals all over the world, see what they are doing outside your region, learn from them, share experience, share ideas with them. And then this will really help you to grow. So I think one of the things I'm going to say is that people should stop the amount of time, professional people who have professional careers, should reduce the amount of time they are spending on social media that have something to do with entertainment, and be spending more time on social media that has something to do with their profession and career. This will really help them to grow. And then another thing I'm going to say is that don't get tired of applying. Try as much as possible to apply. Sometimes they might tell you, oh, we regret to tell you, we will not be able to continue with you at this stage. We regret to inform you that we are pushing on with another candidate than you. It's a normal thing that can happen everywhere. Because when you apply for a job, like hundreds or thousands of people are applying for the same kind of job that you have also applied for. And recruiters are looking for the best. So that's why I said your competency matters a lot. You must add values to yourself every day, every day. And then another thing I would love to say is that certificates are good. They are not bad, because sometimes they open you up for interviews. They open you up to recruiters to say, okay, let's see if this person is competent enough to pick up this role. The other thing I will add to it is that you need to build your experience. These are things that people don't know. If you got a job with a company, with an organization, and you remain in the same position for 10 years, I'm sorry, if a higher position should be out, a higher position is vacant, and they are looking for someone who has experience, it's possible they are not going to pick that kind of person because you've only had experience one segment of your field. For example, maybe all your experience are just technical, and they are looking for someone, maybe a sales manager.
Okay.
And you've got no experience on sales. All the experience you've got is just on the technical side. Then I can tell you, recruiters will tell you that we are sorry, you are not the best fit candidate for this kind of role. But if you've got like, let's say 3 years of technical experience, you've got like 5 years of sales experience, and maybe you've got like 2 years of management experience, then I can tell you that you are the best fit for that kind of role. Everybody will be looking for you. Recruiters will be looking for you and be telling you that you are the best, because you have the technical experience to make sales happen, and you have the sales experience as well. Who else are they looking for? They are going to pick you, and they're not going to pick the person who has remained in one role for 10 years. Then lastly, professional certificates, professional courses are very good from an accredited body. They are very good. If you can get professional certificates, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention few. If you can
Yeah,
get them,
okay.
they are very good. If you can get like occupational health and safety certificate in occupational health and safety is very good. There is another one here in the UK, and that's FACT, becoming a qualified agronomist to advise farmers on fertilizer. It's also good. And we have many more of them. If you can get some of these professional certificates, it will really, really boost your chances of getting a job, because these are certificates from accredited body that are well known all over the world. And HSC cut across every occupation. And in agriculture, right now, everybody's moving into mechanized farming. We need to be guided as far as health and safety is concerned. I think with these few points, I think I've been able to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something
Thank you so much for that. Now, if we were to talk about when you got the job on LinkedIn, were you skeptical? Did you have to do any background check? And did you have to do anything to ascertain that this is the right company?
Yeah, it is something that is normal. I did, and I later find out that there are some people from Nigeria, from other part of Nigeria, from other part of Africa, from Kenya, from Zimbabwe, I think some from Ghana, who are also working with the company. And after finding out from them, just searching on LinkedIn, I got to know some of these people. And had a chat with three of them, and I got to know that one of them is actually a friend of mine. We've worked together
No, that's
while I
right.
was in Nigeria. And then he got to the UK before me, and he's working with them. So I have a chat with him. Oh, I applied for this role, and he said, "Oh, nice, I'm working with them." Oh, fine, okay. Then it's not a scam, and I went ahead. It's like that. But if it is a scam, they should be requesting for money from me, requesting for some of these things that you will sense that it's a scam. Nobody requested for money or anything from me, so
Yeah.
it was smooth.
So everything was sponsored, even including your visa application and all that, and travel.
Uh, I paid for my visa,
Yeah.
my IHS.
Yeah.
I was given a certificate of sponsorship, which people normally call
Yes.
COS, which I used to
Yes.
apply for my visa.
That's great. That's great. So the reason why we had to go through that route is the fact that in our experience at Visa Pathfinders, we got getting into the UK work system into 5 steps. So the first step being searching for the job in the first place. And when you see the job, the fact that there are so many scammers, there are so many complaints that claim they are recruiting
Yeah.
internationally that doesn't even exist in the first place. So the second step is for people to then research into whether this company exists. And there are so many tips into, doing some background check in that regard,
Yeah.
which we have done some videos in the past that I will refer people. There should be a link showing somewhere above or below to this video that people can watch. So after getting that, you've certified that, okay, this is something you are going for, you think you are the right fit, then the next step will be to apply for that job. And speaking about that, did you at any point have to revise your CV? Because this is you in Nigeria, in a part of the West Africa. Did you have to look at your CV? Would you say that having a right CV for the right job and a cover letter, how important would you say that is in your journey?
Uh, well, mine is 1 out of 8,000. For my journey, my CV was not important at the period of application, at the time of application. What was important was my competence.
Yeah.
There were no
Okay.
requesting for my CV. I said it when we started, that competence. That was the first thing I worked on.
Yeah.
Then after seeing the competency, then the interview was scheduled. Then during the interview, they tried to confirm my competency in the interview. And
Mm,
after that,
mm.
they were like, okay, fine, we are fine with this person and we are picking up this person. And that was how it happened. But with the issue of CV and cover letter, well, I will not underestimate it, because there are some recruiters who are using some of these machines to screen CVs,
Yeah.
to screen cover letters.
Applicants.
So
8 years.
Yeah. So whoever can work on all those things, work on your CV, work on your cover letter, yeah, it's very good. So
Yeah, that's
that's what I can
great.
say. But
So,
CV is good, cover letter is good.
yeah, yeah, very great. So to be fair, a lot of recruiters are now going into value-based recruitment. Like, who is this person? For instance, the questions you asked, you answered, represented a kind of your cover letter to screen people out, because there is no amount of
Yeah.
qualifications you've got, certifications you've got. You have to be able to then tell them what they need to
Demonstrate.
hear. Like, I can do this. This is the right response for this job, and that is especially for your own, that is the main important thing at that time. And it will
Exactly.
come different for people because they can't see you. You are in India, you are in Pakistan, you are in Sri Lanka, you are in Ghana, you are in Nigeria, in one corner there, and you want to apply for this job. So you want to present yourself as the best fit. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there
Thank you.
anything you like to say as we round off for our viewers? Anybody that had the dream of migrating to the UK or any other country?
Well, what I would like to tell them is that impossibility is nothing. If you believe in yourself that you can do it, that you can make it happen, it will definitely happen. If you think
Yeah.
migrating elsewhere is the best decision for you, not only to the UK, of course, people are getting jobs in other countries like America, like Canada as well. In Canada, just put agriculture on the occupational strategy list in their country as well, if I'm correct. I think you know that
Yeah.
better than I do. So you can get jobs in all these countries. The only thing I will tell you is that if you can believe that it will happen, it will definitely happen. So never say never. And don't underrate yourself. So all you need to do is just to showcase yourself. Sell yourself in this market, and you will see that you are a commodity that everybody is looking out for. So thank you.
Mm. Thank you so much for that. It's been a wonderful time with you. And I just want to wish you a beautiful career in the UK and
Thank you.
everything, all the good things that you ever wish for.
Thank you so much.
Okay.